Right now at 6, funding to help the Chippewa Valley cope with 2 hospital closures may be coming later than providers were hoping for.
And an Arcadia store owner is ready to say goodbye after half a century of service.
We're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
The Chippewa Valley HSHS Purveya Recovery Task Force officially reacting to the news that Eau Claire's Sacred Heart Hospital will be closing a month earlier than expected. In a press conference earlier today, the group expressing their extreme disappointment in the move and discussed their ongoing efforts to try and make the transition easier.
One focus of the group, the $15 million in funding the state approved to help other area health systems during that transition. News 8 Now's Allison Fergott explains what's going on with that funding.
While healthcare systems are currently working to access that funding, it might be a while before they see it. The money is currently being held up in the Joint Finance Committee, and it might not be accessible for another month.
At the end of February, the state legislature approved legislation providing $15 million in crisis response funding following HSHS's announcement they would be closing in the Chippewa Valley.
We have sat down with Marshfield Clinic, with Mayo Clinic Health Systems to talk about what can they do to access the $15 million that the state is offering through Joint Finance and the Department of Health Services.
It was originally drafted to provide emergency room funding in the area, but a partial veto from Governor Tony Evers made the funds accessible to any health service that meets the area's needs.
Now it's up to the legislature, Joint Finance Committee, to release that money.
But the Republican-led committee wants to see health systems release plans that more closely align with the original wording of the bill.
What's happening is they're leaving it in limbo. The 16 members of the Joint Finance Committee can decide if they're going to release this money or not. Even though the legislature's approved it, governor has signed the legislation into law, they can hold this up. And so that's what we have right now.
Minor said Marshfield Clinic Health System and Mayo Clinic Health System are both actively working on plans to access that funding. But that plan also has to be a long-term financially stable decision for them.
$15 million is not going to go very far. It'll help us immediately. It'll take care of what we need to do, but they just have to be able to do whatever that is. It has to go on forever.
He believes the earliest the health systems could access the funds would be a month, time the Eau Claire community no longer has.
It's unfortunate that we have to ramp our speed up in this whole thing.
The task force and lawmakers agree. The HSHS departure is a warning. If it can happen in Eau Claire, it can happen anywhere in the state.
It's very scary. It's very scary and devastating for the people that live in the Chippewa region. But also, it puts us all on notice.
In Eau Claire, Allison Fergott, News 8 Now.
Allison, thank you. The Chamber of Commerce is also launching an education campaign teaching people how they can take control of their health care.
Well, a little bit of a a little bit more of a cloud cover
a lot of cloud
the type
cover
of day.
Yeah.
A little warmer than what I was expecting is what I meant to say. I put a sweater on expecting a big cold blast to be here, but it wasn't too bad, Greg, today.
Yeah, no, not too bad. We actually had more sun than we were expecting, especially further north you go. But it's a different story as you go further south. They had more of the cloud cover and actually rainfall, but you had to get all the way down to Prairie du Chien and Bosqueville where they actually picked up a ½ inch or more. So all in all, not too bad of a day. But as we look outside towards this evening, as it comes up there we go. We're looking at conditions actually still cloud cover, but we're seeing more sun, clearing skies. We'll get back down to about 46 at about 11 p.m. for La Crosse and Eau Claire. Similar type of story. We're losing just some high clouds out there, but still not bad with a north wind, but still 42 degrees, so not too bad as we expect. Right now, all the rain really has pushed off to the east. We're not expecting any more amount of precipitation right now. Cloud cover decreasing is really the big trend overnight. We'll see temperatures continue to fall back into the 30s, so all in all, not a bad way to wake up for the Friday morning with some light winds, generally clearing skies with some more cloud cover out there. But as we go out throughout the next period, we're going to see a decent Friday. It's going to be a not bad end of the week, but it's going to be a different change coming this weekend, especially going to St. Patrick's Day and Monday. We're going to have some cold temps, but hang on to your hats Saturday with the wind also coming too. So the good news, once we get back to spring Tuesday, we'll be back up close to the 50-degree mark too. So, but we're back to winter for this weekend a little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Thank you, Greg. An Arcadia shoe store will be closing its doors after years of helping their community find the perfect fit.
News 8 Now's Michael Germain sat down with the owner to reflect on his decades of dedication. Michael.
Ken and Emily, Craig Bowick has been the owner of Bowick Shoes in Arcadia for the past 50 years. He's been providing quality footwear for generations. With half a century later, he's decided to hang up his shoehorn and retire. Craig began his career in the shoe business when he was only in 3rd grade. Originally from Stacyville, Iowa, his dad owned a shoe and clothing store where he first worked selling shoes. After looking to relocate for a bigger store, his family landed on Arcadia. They've been here ever since. Reflecting on the success of his small business over the years, Craig shared with me the key factors that contributed to its longevity.
You know, I think the trick to running a small business is to treat people with respect. You give them the time of day, we sit down, we measure their foot correctly, we try to get them the shoe that's best for them.
He also adds his favorite part of running the business is interacting with customers on a day-to-day basis. Now, the last day of the store will be open on June 28th, and after the store closes and he retires, he plans on traveling with his wife. Ken and Emily.
All right, well deserved. Yeah. Thank you. Well, a new simulation lab for the Integrated Center for Education at Gunderson Health System held a ribbon cutting this afternoon. It was for a new lab designed to help Gunderson learners train with realistic simulations for certifications like basic and advanced life support. 3 new inpatient rooms were added to the space, giving them a total of 7 simulation rooms to train in. Gunderson is expecting the additional rooms to draw an increase in enrollment.
Last year we had over 9,000 learners come through our 4-room simulation lab, so I have a feeling that we're going to, if not double that, maybe even triple it.
The space was designed for broad use, so all of Gunderson's staff, including medical students, are welcome to use the facilities to brush up on their skills.
Both President Biden and former President Trump are sparring over government programs. Former President Trump recently suggested he would be open to cuts to Medicare and Social Security, saying, quote, "There's a lot you can do in terms of entitlements, in terms of cutting." President Biden then immediately took to social media saying cuts to Social Security and Medicare would never happen under his watch. Trump has since walked back his comments, saying he will never do anything that will hurt or jeopardize Social Security or Medicare. During a roundtable discussion today with La Crosse Assemblywoman Jill Billings, one La Crosse resident said she's concerned for her future and that of her children if Social Security had funding cuts.
It terrifies me not only for myself, but I have 3 sons. I look at what they have in their lifetimes, what is coming for them, and realizing that I had Social Security at least for part of my retirement to rely on, and the fact that they probably wouldn't scares me as much as what am I going to do?
Trump campaign officials said the former president's earlier comments about cutting were about wasteful government spending as a whole.
An all-women team is helping Habitat for Humanity build homes in La Crosse and Tomah. The annual Women's Build is a tradition dating back to 1991. Over the next 3 days, more than 110 women are volunteering at both locations. Today, the crew on La Crosse's north side worked together to install drywall and work on the ceiling of one home. The Tomah crew is framing out the interior walls. One administrator says the Women's Build is a chance for women to learn skills from a traditionally male-dominated field.
Men dominate the construction industry, and we're trying to create a safe, comfortable place for women to join the construction site, learn something new, hone their existing skills, that sort of thing.
Now, once the homes are complete, Hennigan says they will be sold to local partner families. If you'd like to volunteer for Habitat for Humanity, you can sign up on their website. We'll have that link on our website, news8000.com.
Today, the Shamrock Club is on the move to spread some cultural spirit. The Irish bus was packed up with musicians, dancers, and Clancy O'Cooley, the mascot of Irish Fest. They brought Irish cheer to 3 local elementary schools and 3 senior care facilities. We spoke with the Irishmen and Irish Rose of the Year, who told us the kids were doubling down on the fun.
And the children enjoyed it immensely. They loved Clancy O'Cooley, and they got up and danced and sang, and we got the teachers out there dancing, and the kids loved that, you know.
But of course, it ain't over till it's clover. After their visits, the Irish bus will take a trip to Bennett O'Reilly's for prayer service. The Irish royalty will be in the St. Patrick's Day Parade this weekend in downtown La Crosse.
Lots of fun with puns in that piece.
Oh, yes.
Former President Trump back in court today.
He's asking the judge to get one of his criminal cases dismissed. We'll have more details right after this.
In 2001, my father established La Crosse Fireplace Company. Since then, our family has had the privilege of helping families create a warm, gathering place in their home. Today, my brother Jeremy and I are the second generation to carry on the values and traditions that was started 23 years ago. Whether it's a remodel or a new installation, La Crosse Fireplace Company looks forward to serving you for many years to come. La Crosse Fireplace Company, because your place is by the fire.
If your tub or shower is less than you'd like it to be, then you owe it to yourself to visit the board store during the 2024 Early Bird Home Show. If you'd like a shower, rain shower, personal shower, shelves, safety grab bars, you can get a complete unit as low as $79.80. Call or visit the board store during the Early Bird Home Show for safety, convenience, and beauty in your new bathroom. Call or visit today.
Searching for gold at the end of the rainbow? Well, you can find it here at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Get Shamrock with savings up to 60% off, plus 0% free financing, recliners, sofas, sectionals, and more. It's all here and it's all in stock and ready to be delivered. Plus, shop special savings in our incredible Lazy Boy Showcase. Let the shenanigans begin at the King Furniture St. Patrick's Day sale. Don't miss it.
It's time for more fun moments at Fanati's.
Okay, 2 Easter baskets, chocolate Easter bunnies, a dozen cream-filled eggs, jelly bellies, and gummy kebabs.
Excellent. It looks like you guys are in for a fun Easter.
Now I just have to make sure nobody sneaks any before we celebrate.
Too true. Hi, Adam.
Hi, Lori. I need to get a few things, but don't tell Amanda I was here.
You didn't.
No. I just need a few more things.
Brought to you locally by Fanati's Nut and Chocolate Shop in downtown La Crosse.
Donald Trump was in a Florida court again today, this time trying to have one of his criminal cases dismissed altogether.
Meanwhile, the judge in a case in Georgia is weighing another motion Trump's attorneys have filed. Natalie Brand has more details from Washington, D.C.
Outside the federal courthouse in Fort Pierce, Florida, Thursday, former President Trump's supporters gathered as he and lawyers arrived for a hearing to try and get the classified documents case dismissed.
There are basically 2 motions to dismiss that are on the docket for today, where Judge Cannon said, clear the day, we're going to talk about both of these.
Attorneys spent the morning discussing Trump's motion that the statute he's been charged with is unconstitutionally vague. Judge Eileen Cannon, a Trump appointee, signaled skepticism, telling Trump's attorney declaring a statute unconstitutionally vague is an extraordinary step. Trump's legal team also contends the former president is shielded from prosecution by the Presidential Records Act, arguing he was still the president when many of the documents were packed and delivered to Mar-a-Lago. Prosecutors say the act does not exempt Trump from criminal law or entitle him to declare highly classified presidential records are personal.
In the Georgia election interference case, the judge there tossed out 3 of the 13 counts against the former president, but legal analysts say most of that case remains intact.
The crux of the case remains the racketeering, which is the core of the case. All of those charges stand. But the prosecution could fairly easily go to a grand jury and say, we are going to add that specificity now.
Judge Scott McAfee has not yet ruled on whether District Attorney Fani Willis should be removed from the case over a romantic relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, Washington.
Trump, in the meantime, posted a thank you on social media to the supporters who came out and stood vigil outside the courthouse.
We'll break out those windbreakers because the wind is heading our way. Greg's breaking down the blustery weekend ahead right after this.
We
forged steel bars that hold up bridges, propel ships, and send rockets into space.
But for years, China's been lowballing their prices, so it's been tough to compete.
We can't let China steal Wisconsin jobs, so I wrote a law to require American infrastructure projects use American iron and steel.
Tammy Baldwin got President Trump to sign her Made in America bill.
And then she got President Biden to make it permanent.
I'm Tammy Baldwin. I approve this message.
Tammy Baldwin has our back.
It's spring bonus season. Time to take control of your spring in a new Ford truck. Get started with exclusive spring bonus offers at your local Northland Ford dealers. Then own the season behind the wheel of your new Ford. Whether you're looking for power or capability, there's a Ford truck waiting for you at your local Northland Ford dealers. Get in the driver's seat today. Get an F-150 XLT with 1.9% financing for 72 months, plus up to $2,000 in total savings, and for a limited time, an extra $1,000 in spring bonus cash.
It's hard to explain what this feels like. Moving piles of earth, towing up to 4,000 pounds, cutting millions of blades of grass. We could keep trying to put it into words, but nothing compares to experiencing it for yourself. You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Tractor Central, take a seat, and see for yourself why nothing runs like a deer. Start now at TractorCentral.com.
To everyone who believes in tradition, come enjoy a few of ours from Wisconsin.
People in Wisconsin love a good fish fry.
Really love. And we love sharing it with guests everywhere. At Culver's, we still batter our North Atlantic cod by hand to order.
And we cook it to a crispy, golden perfection just for you.
For you.
For you. So it's crispy outside, flaky inside. Let us take care of you. With some homegrown traditions we were raised on.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Has your pet been diagnosed with a luxating patella or floating kneecap? Forget the inconvenience of travel and expense to a university. Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics in Holmen specializes in using both tibial tuberosity transpositions and block trochleoplasties to safely repair your pet's injury. Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics today.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have a nice conditions for Friday, but St. Patrick's Day is looking a little bit colder, especially Sunday and then actually going in following Monday too. So you got plans. It's going to be windy Saturday, but the actual St. Patrick's Day, we're looking at the 30s, so chilly, even cold-like. This is well below average of what we should be. So definitely a taste of winter for St. Patrick's Day, and that actually will go into Monday. Overall, if you look at the big picture, that system is pushed off to the south. The precipitation kept to our south, so that's a bit news that we didn't see much other than around the Wisconsin River. Saw, about a ½ inch to maybe in 3/4. Otherwise tonight, it's just the cloud cover that's going to begin to decrease overnight. So waking up tomorrow morning should be mostly clear skies with 30 degrees. So still a mild night with a light northeast wind as you wake up. And tomorrow, really the main story is fairly quiet. Some few passing clouds. The winds begin to turn to the west. Temperatures get back up into the upper 40s to low 50s for most locations. Maybe even some mid 50s further south. Plenty of sun in the afternoon. The evening still looks good, but the winds will start turning around tomorrow evening, and you'll start seeing them pick up, especially further north to go towards 7 to 8, 9 p.m. because we do have a front that will be approaching the area come Saturday morning. And this front really holds a pretty good punch of cold air with it for this time of year. And it's going to come through, sweeping through Saturday. By Saturday afternoon, the winds will pick up, cloud cover will increase. We might even see a few showers, snow or rain showers, especially further north to go for Saturday. This will continue through St. Patrick's Day with this whole north flow across most of the region, and that'll continue even through Monday. The big story with Saturday will be the winds behind this front. They're going to pick up 15 to 20, and by the afternoon hours, we could see 20 to 25, maybe some gusts all the way above 35 miles per hour. So something to keep in mind of for Saturday afternoon, and it goes into Saturday evening. They will continue, and even throughout the night going into Sunday, they should amount to more starved winds. The temperatures are going to drop, as I already showed you, 30 degrees. By Saturday, they'll start falling. The 50s probably early, then falling down, and then Sunday we'll see more 30s below average, about 5 to 10 degrees below average. That'll continue on to Monday. But good news is we have spring coming Tuesday. We should start modifying those temperatures a little bit, getting closer to average by Monday or Tuesday, and then probably above average as we go to Wednesday, which means we should be around the 50-degree mark as we get closer to midweek. So that's the positive. It's not a long-term cold, but it definitely is cold. And something we haven't seen too much lately, too, is wind chill. Now, Saturday won't be too bad. Saturday night will be probably into the teens and 20s, but Sunday with those temperatures in the 30s and that wind that'll be blowing still pretty good on Sunday, won't be as strong as Saturday. Will give you wind chills generally in the teens to maybe even single digits to start off, and throughout the day on St. Patrick's Day, it's not going to improve much even in the afternoon. We might get back into the low 20s, upper teens for that wind chill with that northwest wind continuing. So it's really going to be a taste of winter coming back for Sunday and even extending into Monday. But not for tonight. Tonight should be just fine. We'll see temperatures once again getting back down into the 30s. Once again, clearing skies, some light winds, and then tomorrow, another really nice end to the work week with temperatures generally in the 50s, plenty of sun, and the winds remaining light. But then the front does come through as we go through Saturday morning. The winds will pick up in the afternoon, and then the temperatures begin to fall. And St. Patrick's Day into Monday look kind of cold or chilly. Temperatures in the 30s. Wind chill is definitely colder than that. And we do improve for spring, and then it gets a little bit more unsettled. More questions go to the end of next week, too. So it's definitely going to feel cold come St. Patrick's Day. We haven't felt the temperatures in a while, and it's a pretty good cold air mass coming. So positive news, there is no snowpack to the north right now. So that does keep the temperatures a little bit warmer than they would be.
Okay, so just a brief dip.
Just a brief dip. We can survive.
We can handle it.
We can handle
All right, thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, the Badgers are in action for the Big Ten tournament this week, and one of the area's top track and field athletes signing his national letter of intent. Cade will tell you where he's going after the break.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Welcome to Wesco. Welcome to huge selection and savings. Do you feel lucky? This month, the luck of the Irish is here at Wesco and Sparta. Reach in our pot of gold to reveal your discount. Will it be 5 or 10%? Maybe 15 or 20%? If you're really lucky, it might be 30% off in select departments. This month only, reach in our pot of gold to reveal your discount. Wesco and Sparta, where white glove delivery and setup are always free. Tell them Peyton sent you.
What I love about T-Mobile is that just about anywhere you go, you're going to have coverage.
Where I live is a rural area. The coverage has been awesome.
Reliable coverage is super important for me, for my business.
And after investing billions to light up our network from big cities to small towns, T-Mobile is America's largest and fastest 5G network. See for yourself. Try T-Mobile's network free for 3 months. Your phone, our network, no strings.
Whether you're looking for a lake home, a second home, or your first home, let Town & Country Housing introduce you to quality living in our factory-built homes. Town & Country Housing has homes that will meet your style and budget. Tour our model homes to see how spacious and grand living can be when you let us reinvent your space. Our homes are built with energy efficiency in mind and environmentally friendly products. You pick your dream home, and we take care of the rest. Your dream home is waiting. Come personalize your amenities and start living your best life. Town & Country Housing, Chippewa Falls.
Getting up to 5% back is easy at Fleet Farm. Fleet Rewards members can earn up to 5% back on every purchase, in-store and online. The earnings stack up automatically. The more you buy, the more you earn. No rebates, no coupons, no hassles. And Fleet Rewards membership is easy, so sign up now and start earning up to 5% back on everything you need for everyday life at Fleet Farm. Some exclusions apply.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Cade Overton.
Welcome to News 8 Sports. High school basketball finishes up this weekend, which means the spring sports are almost here. One of our area's top track and field athletes signed his national letter of intent, and now he's ready to focus on the season. Friends and family joined together at Bangor High School, where senior Sam Crenshaw made it official. He's going to pole vault at the Division I level for the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers. Crenshaw is the defending Division III pole vault state champion, cleared 15 foot 6 inches last season. He said he didn't imagine this moment when he first started vaulting, but now the sky's the limit.
Did I think I was going to do this? No, I had not in my brain at all. Really, I was thinking, I could go to state. And then after sophomore year, I was like, next year I can win state. And then the next year I did. And then that bar kept going higher and higher. And looking in the future, kind of like, look, I can vault in the next level. And I think D1 is the level I could go.
Crenshaw says not only is it his goal to repeat as state champ, I guess we're going to the Big Ten highlights. All right, Wisconsin taking on Maryland. The Badgers came to play. First half, check out Chucky Hepburn coming up the court. Stephen Crow going to give him the screen, and they leave him wide open. Hepburn kicks it out to Crow. He knocks it down, and then a little bit later, Hepburn working the screen again, but this time he's going to find the freshman John Blackwell for 3. That falls. Blackwell would finish with 18. And in the second half, the Badgers continue to pour on. Hepburn from the parking lot. That's good. Badgers get the win 87-56. They'll face Northwestern tomorrow at 1:30. Later tonight, the Aquinas Blue Gold boys basketball team takes the court for the WIAA state semifinals. They made a good run so far, but now the competition goes up a notch as they face a really good Mineral Point team at around 8 p.m. It's the Blue Gold's first game at the Kohl Center since 2016, and we'll have the highlights later tonight. Also in action, the Milwaukee Bucks. The team's finally back at home after a tough 4-game West Coast road trip where they went just 1-3, but now they're back at Pfizer Forum looking to get back on track against the 76ers, a team that's been struggling without Joel Embiid. Tip-off set for 7 o'clock. That's going to do it for sports. We'll be right back.
Get the day's news in your inbox. Email newsletters from News 8 Now. Sign up today. Go to news8000.com/newsletters to get started.
Bygoff and Rohde had your back then, and we have your back now. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years. Bygoff and Rohde. Serious injuries need serious lawyers.
Planning a home renovation? Save money on demolition and disposal fees by contacting Habitat for Humanity's Reclaim Program. Habitat will remove your cabinets, flooring, windows, appliances, and more for free. Habitat sells reclaimed material at the ReStore rather than sending it to a landfill. To schedule your free reclaim service, go to habitatlacrosse.org/reclaim.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy in the La Crosse area.
When you're talking to someone and you call someone at Olson Solar, it's not someone in Utah, it's not someone in California, it is someone local right here. By doing that, we control the entire process. So we control the project management, we control the design, we control the installation, the electric, the hookup, permitting, and that really sets us apart.
Stop into our location near you or give us a call and ask us about our Earth Day promo.
Bygoff and Rohde. We've been Wisconsin's personal injury powerhouse for over 50 years, and we have the #1 personal injury attorney in Eau Claire. Bygoff and Rohde. Serious injuries need serious lawyers.
The Drew Crew is here! Magic's gonna happen. Yes! We're all learning about things that are meaningful and important, as well as silly and fun. We're all one big happy family.
Weekdays at 3 on News 8.
All right, tonight should be a fairly nice night. Once again, getting back down to the low 30s for both locations. Decreasing clouds overnight, still some light north winds. Overall, not too bad for about the middle of March. Tomorrow, actually a nice day. Once again, mid to upper 50s. Then the front comes through Saturday morning. Temperatures will drop, the winds will pick up, and then Sunday, St. Patrick's Day into Monday, look chilly to cold. Conditions back in the 30s. That doesn't involve the wind chill, which will probably be in the 20s or even lower during the daytime. And then spring comes Tuesday with the 50s return.
Nice. I guess I'm wearing my Buck sweatshirt this weekend. Nice and cold. All right. Thanks for joining us tonight at 6.
We'll see you at 10.